What are you doing, Richard? Need to find a solution. Hello my barnyard buddies and welcome back. Oh, it's going to be a challenge this year. The whole farming calendar's completely turned on its head. Difficult, but I think we can work it out. It's a bit of a problem. Problems on farms are usually solved. We've come to the conclusion that if we do a little bit now, we'll break it into sections, and we'll keep doing little bits as we go along through the year. So what we're going to do, we're going to multi-cut, something we don't normally do. Silage making is usually done on our farm. We usually start, we usually start between the 15th and the 20th of May. Is usually the best time for us to start. With us being in the hills, we're about 650 feet above sea level. We don't get the massive crops. We've got some quite dry land. Well, say quite dry land, shall we say reasonably dry land. Some of it's a little bit sandy. We've got a lot of clay land though as well. So there's a bit of both sorts of land, but we'll try and work it best we can. We have some land about 3 miles away from the farm, so we generally put young stock up here and springing cows and that sort of thing. We're very lucky early on. We managed to get a small window when putting fertiliser on in early spring. And what we did with that, we put a little bit of fertiliser on, or Simon did, and he sprinkled a bit on. Idea of that was for the zero grazer, so the grass was ready for the cows, and we could chop that. If you want to go watch our zero grazing, I'll put the video up at the end. It was a little bit of a blessing in disguise really, because what it's done, it's allowed us to have some grass ready at the beginning of May for silage. The grass that Simon's mowing is absolutely beautiful. It's full of leaf, it's very dense. The grass is probably very low in sugar. We could have had it sampled, but we haven't done. But I think we probably already know what it's like. So the grass will be short of protein, but we've had a little bit of sunshine over the last 3 or 4 days, and it's picked up, it's dried out nicely. So we've decided that what we're going to do, we're going to pinch some grass, and we're going to fill one small silage pit and fill it all up to the top as much as we can, cram it all in, and once it's full, we'll sheet it up and call it a do for that one. And then what we're going to do, because the ground's been so wet, we're just going to let it dry out for another couple of weeks, and everything we've taken off, starting the day we finish silage making, we're going to redress, we're going to put slurry on, we're going to put fertiliser on, and we're going to get it growing again. We're going to redress that land and get it completely ready for another crop, so like a second cut. Some of these fields you can see on the drone shot there, they've had no fertiliser on. They're still too wet to travel in. It's really very heavy clay land. Some of this land here is actually reclaimed land, so this used to be an old tip and it's been refilled in, and it's got a very clay top on with very little topsoil, so it never grows very well. You can usually get a decent first crop, but to get crops later on, it just dries away to nothing really. So spring's about 4 weeks late, maybe a good month late, and because it's so late, that what we're going to do is get all this grass off, push seed heads up. That's it. It's going to do nothing else. It's not going to bulk out, it's not going to get any denser, and it's certainly not going to get any better. It's pointless putting fertiliser on that sort of grass, because all it's going to do is just seed, and it won't give you the yields. The only way you're going to rescue the yield in any way whatsoever is to cut it off and start again. Get some fertiliser on, get some slurry on, and start again. Get it growing. When we get chopping this grass, we'll see how the yields come off, but I'm expecting to be pretty poor. Okay, we'll go and have a look and see what Simon's doing. He's using this tractor we've got on demo at the moment. We've been very fortunate. Local dealer down the road, and he says, would you like to use this tractor for demo? It's a Dutch tractor, 150 horsepower tractor. It's a little bit bigger for us. We're not used to something so big, but he's been driving it around on this mower, and he's well pleased with it. Well pleased with it. He wants to know if it can stop. I didn't answer that question. Simple reason is because I didn't want to upset him. So we'll just try and do best we can this year. All farms are the same, or all farms are in a similar situation. It's certainly been very, very difficult. It really has. It has been difficult, but we'll get it sorted. Good quality silage is what we need. Probably make some nice sweet hay later on in the season, but cows don't milk on hay. I'm sorry, but they don't. Okay, all nice and clean now. Back to this flaming weather. Ugh. Right, okay, we were set to silage mate this morning. We're going to get first tunk picked up, and yep, back to reality. It's absolutely chucked it down overnight, but never mind, it's the way it goes. We did half expect it. It was forecast. We were playing the gambling game. Farming's full of gambles. Grass is all rode up, ready to go. All our contractors and all the team are all on standby, which is very nice of them, especially on the bank holiday weekend too. So hopefully there's a chance it might come a little bit brighter this afternoon, but I think there's just too much water on the ground. We don't want to go shake it out again, because obviously the soil underneath is very soft, and it'll end up picking bits up into the grass. We'll try to avoid that. Okay, let's go get some grass for these cows and get them fed. These cows have never stopped eating this grass all day. The weather's brightened up a little bit now, which is good. Hopefully we'll go with silaging tomorrow, or chopping, whichever you want to call it. Next job, replace liners, start. Alright guys, finally got started. First load of many. Let's hope it goes alright. Grass is a little bit wet, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Gonna make some nice silages this. Let's hope the weather holds up, but it's looking pretty good. It'll be fine, absolutely fine. Finally get on with this job. It's early May. We don't usually silage make until around about 20th of May. But what idea is to get this grass off, because we've got no fertiliser on some of the other ground, is to get as much grass off as possible, because it's thrown the farming calendar completely on its head really. So we're actually going to try and do things a little bit different. We're going to multi-cut this year a little bit now, fill one clamp, cut it off, fertiliser, put slurry back on, and get it growing again. These guys are going to do a fantastic job. They're pretty good at it. Quite a machine is this, New Holland FX38. Are you going on with your new toy, Simon?
Okay, I've nearly got the door with it a few times.
You nearly got the door, it's a bit wider than the other one, isn't it? How does it feel though? What we're going to do, we're just going to fill this small silage pit this year, just to get us started and get some of this grass off. Normally we try to fill both silage pits in one go, in one hit, but this year it's because we're a little bit earlier, the overall yields are lower. The quality's there, but it might be a little bit short of sunshine to get the sugars in the grass. But it's not bad. It's a bit wet as well, but I'm not going to complain too much. Season's going to be difficult as it is. We're just going to hope it keeps drying up. Some of the other fields, we just can't get near them. We're going to try and get it squashed down as much as possible. It's not a massive pit. But it works well though, because we've got concrete panels on one side, which are specially designed, and then on the other side we've got an old brick wall. And because it's brick, it's not porous. Silage makes really well in here. And also, it's not too wide. It's only about 8 metres across, and with it being narrower, the silage, when we're digging it out through the winter, it keeps really well and stops warming up. Simon's just using JCB now just to roll it. You can see how narrow it is, but narrow and long, but it does make some really good silage in here. Get it compacted in, that's the secret. Get all the air out, and then get it sealed up with some weight on top. But all our silage pits have got roofs on, which you can see, so it does limit us height a little bit. We want to go too high. So how old were you when we got JCB then, Simon? 12. And how old is he now? So you're 33 as of yesterday. So 21-year-old, that JCB. Simon's grown up on it. Literally grown up on it. We're not doing too bad. Halfway through. We should be done in a couple of hours. This field we're in now, we've been zero grazing it for a little while. We've been at it about 3 weeks now, so it's going down well. But you can just see how it's recovering. We put some slurry on here, and this has come back really well. There's already 6 inch of growth. There's a little strip down there we just need to pick up with zero grazer, and then we can finish finishing putting slurry on. But you can just see how it's coming back in different stages. So we're trying to create that grazing wedge for zero grazer. But things are going well. They're going really well. They always go well when the sun shines. What are you doing, Richard? Special this. All will be revealed. What am I doing? Get some grass and you rub it in your fingers like this. Rub it, rub it, rub it. Moisture. And then you go like this. If it's sticky, it's good. Sticky is good. That's sugar. You can just feel it nice and sticky in your fingers. With dairy farming, it's always a challenge, as you know, and it's a case of doing something special and turning this into this, and then turning this into this, so that they can turn that into this. And one of the most important things is keeping these girls healthy. Here's a useful tip for you. If you've got 2 fresh cows or more and you've got to wait for the robot to wash out in between each cow, there's a fix for that. So bring your first cow in. Once she starts milking, simply go to milk destination, postpone rinse upon milk separation until next milking. Click yes and save it. So what it'll do now, it'll not wash out after that cow, it'll wash out after the next one, and so forth. Don't do it obviously on your last cow, because if you do it on your last cow, it'll put that milk down the drain or in the buckets. So always do it on the cow before, and that'll save you some time. So we'll go and see how they're getting on. They're fetching grass now from about 3 miles away. So there's 3 trailers running on the road, and they're having to fight up with traffic, but it's not too bad. Bank holiday Sunday. last load of the day's in now. So we've just got 3 loads shot up in the yard here, as you can see. So, but we need to get this in there. So it's looking pretty full. Up to rafters. A little bit of a repair job needed. Now for one of the worst jobs on the farm. I don't mind shoveling SH1T, but sheeting a silage pit up is an absolute nightmare. Nearly there now. It's pretty high, so we've just about got bales all the way to the back now, so it's just about all in. Just Simon's just scraping the yard, just finishing up. Okay, that's sheet on, that's all done now. So that's first little pit full, and that'll do nicely. We've got the straw on top, we just put tyres on the front, we just need to fill the other one.
Don't tell me what I'm doing now.